So the garage has been rearranged. The door's not been hung yet because I am waiting on the hinge rebuild kits. Once I get those rebuilt, we will get the door hung. So, as we wait for those to show up in the mail, we are gonna start tearing apart the rear driver's side quarter. I'm really curious what previous repairs are hiding underneath that. I'm excited for this one. So here's the plan. We know that most of this quarter panel repair for the 66 panel that has been placed on my 65 is a lap weld, or mostly a lap weld. Keeping that in mind, I want to try to preserve as much of the original quarter panel underneath as possible for reference, or at least starting out. So to just open this thing up and find out what's going on behind there, we're going to cut out this neat little shape I drew. So let's do it. So up in here is where the quarter panels start to overlap. So I'm trying to cut through the outer panel without cutting through the inner panel too much. Again, because I want to keep it for reference. What?
There's a spider on the fridge.
Alright, so I got a bigger fan running because we're kicking up a lot of smoke when you're cutting through this stuff, and I think you're hitting that undercoating behind this. If you're not careful, it'll start to smoke. So I've tried to move my cuts around to dissipate the heat as much as possible. But I think we'll cut through here. Shouldn't take much to persuade this thing out of here. There we go. Look at this mess. Well, we knew that this is what it was. An outer wheelhouse jammed up in an outer wheelhouse. And even though I knew that that's what was going on, it's still kind of hard to look at. And there's definitely damage up in here. So it must have been a decent impact because that support is bent up in. This is not even welded on. So this might be a little bit tricky. I wasn't expecting this brace here to be bent up in there. I was kind of banking on this, having this as a reference to where my new wheelhouse was gonna rest. Gonna have to do some thinking over on this one. And areas like this, I don't know what is mismatched up there. So, we got some funky stuff going on. Gonna have to get some reference photos from somebody and start trying to figure all this out. I should have mentioned that the rear window was not in when I cut that out. Looks like all the damage happened in here, and that actually, it's not connected, but that's, if you look, it looks like it's disconnected from being ripped, like from impact, I think. Maybe they did that when they were trying to do all the repair work, but there's some funky stuff going on in here. So it's a new day. I've had the night to sleep on this, think about it. And I want to point a few things out quick. One, I do have reference points for where the car... I do have reference points set. I dropped plumb lines off of from here down to the floor with measurements in two places to make sure that the car stays aligned to where it needs to be while I'm doing this work. I do have the wheels on the casters and everything blocked, but That's just for extra measure. And then I have a bunch of measurements taken from different spots, either to different locations on the car or down to the floor, which is why I did that. I'm leaving this section on here for now because I do not have the hinges yet to rebuild. So I don't want to touch this area until I get this door, the hinges at least, rebuilt in this door position for now, because this needs repositioned. You have to pick up on it whenever you slam it shut. There's some work that needs done there. So this will stay intact for now. While that's intact, I can at least start working on this. I don't know if I'm going to use the inner wheel well yet or not. We'll determine that as we go, because again, there's damage done up in here and I'm not sure how everything's going to line up. But we'll probably remove this, remove the inner wheel well, and then we will come around and start fixing all this based off of measurements from center. That's the plan. We'll take this one step at a time and just roll with it. Like that. Fortunately, down here in the rocker area, this all looks pretty solid. I don't think I have anything to worry about in here. Just this wheelhouse section and then all the bent metal. This is another one of those scenarios where the work that you're getting done at any given time really slows down, because at least for me, I just tend to stop and look and stare and think about stuff and look more and think about stuff and just try to figure out what I'm going to do next. And that just eats up a lot of time. But I think my next step here is cutting out the outer wheelhouse. Once I get that out, we're probably going to shift our attention to trying to straighten things out on the inside of the car to see how that impacts the inner wheelhouse. Although the inner wheelhouse is going to end up coming out anyway. Because I mean, this whole area is just a mess. I mean, it's all messed up. It's not too bad right in here, but I mean, that's awful there. A lot of cutting and drilling coming down the pipeline. There's some good news though. FedEx dropped off my hinges. Yeah, you'll notice I only have two. That's because currently I only plan on rebuilding the top hinges. I know. Don't yell at me. That's just where I'm at right now. The bottom hinges seem really good. They don't really seem like they need to be rebuilt. We'll see what I think after I get the top hinges rebuilt on each side. So it's Thursday afternoon. I'm actually off this week from work. Took some time off. And not sure what else I'm going to get done before I have to start cutting this video for tomorrow, so this might be another short one. We'll see. We got some work cut out ahead of us. I don't expect there to be another video next week because I think it's just going to be a lot of cutting and pulling stuff apart. But you can follow me on Instagram. Go there and check out my page. I plan on at least updating photos of my progress of this project more often, so keep that in mind. So if this is all I have for this week, until the next episode, guys, take care.